J Pile on the real one. J Pile on the real one. J Pile on the real one.
Shout out to Jay Pylon.
Yeah,
he
for sure.
Absolutely killed it last week. He was in the chat telling us who was gonna win. And
Jay, who's winning this game?
Some of us didn't listen. Yeah, what's up?
Hook us up, man.
Hit us with the numbers, baby.
We already. All right. So he's got Ravens. All right, let's go.
All right.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Money. Let's stay hot.
I want the numbers guy to be on my side for sure.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, yo. You ain't messed with that Gematria. You called that shit with the Prime Minister of fucking England. You called that shit.
I was today. I was telling everyone that the Ravens will win tonight's game, and I don't know what going on with that tonight. But I said that the Ravens will be winning probably 20-something points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was writing it in my thing. I guess I told Patrick, AG, and Chad heard me too. So we'll see.
I definitely called the Super Bowl last year. 24-13 right now, Ravens. Holy shit.
Oh, it is?
Where? 24-13 in the fourth quarter, 6:55 left. Oh, ooh, shit, Jay.
They might pull it out.
Jay might be right on this.
Imagine that. I am Uncle Hotep. He's Hotep Jesus. Episode 222, Hotep Spit 222. Uh-oh. Here's Jay Pylon when you need him.
You know what that add up to?
6.
Yep.
That's interesting and that's funny part is that a couple of days ago I was thinking about water, right? Because we were talking about we gotta drink more water. And I'm driving in my truck and I look down to my right and I got an orange soda because I wanted some orange soda, and I'm looking and I'm like, people put this in their body as a substitute for water all the time without drinking water. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, what is this doing to us? That's,
it's like idiocracy.
Yeah,
but we're the plant.
Yeah. We're drinking Brondell because it's got electrolytes and this shit ain't helping us. But
have either seen that documentary called "What the Bleep Do We Know"?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, so "What the Bleep Do We Know" is about water, and it's about these scientific experiments that were done with water droplets. When they told the water, "I love you," it began to crystallize. They showed in that documentary a lot of what they did and how they talked to plants, and they gave positive words and reinforcements.
Yeah, he cut out
different things like that, and how they grew. Oh, I'm sorry, and how they grew through that with the water and with the plants as well. With speaking positivity, and when they spoke negativity into the water produced like darkness inside of it, and became almost like a poison. So that's when when we speak, when we have our words that come out of our mouth and our ears receive them like a vibration through the body.
Yeah.
Those vibrations carry into our body, which is mostly made up of water. So we have to be careful what we speak, because what we're speaking is powerful, and what we're speaking it into existence. So what comes out of the mouth is both life and death. So when you see these 250 plus rappers dying per year, imagine how many times that's amplified when they're talking about death and destruction over themselves and over their community. It's doing destruction over their body and over them chemically, and they don't even realize it, because there's power in what we say. In Hosea, in the Bible, it says, "My people die for lack of knowledge."
That's facts. That's facts. Hit you with the darn.
Imagine people being encouraged to speak that way.
Right, exactly, and I agree. So
fathers wouldn't allow that.
There's got to be something else good. What do you guys think as far as business wise? What do you think is going to happen with Twitter? Because a lot of them are like Elon Musk made a special tweet just to the advertisers on Twitter, talking about how he's trying to open up space for debate, allowing people to talk, but also trying to make this a good business decision. Is there anything that he can do business wise that you think would be beneficial to Twitter?
Nah. I'm going with, I think that it might be a move similar to what we're seeing with Facebook, or maybe Amazon to a slight degree. Maybe we'll get some kind of platforms that go along outside of it into physical devices, possibly. Cool that we get that comes out, because he does have the means for production and producing things, and he has those contacts. So I think we could get something similar along those lines, some peripheral or devices, or maybe even an entire storefront of some kind, because those things will be able to be pushed through much faster, I think, using Twitter and getting to all those followers.
Do you think so integration with other tools, basically?
Right, and physical things. We look at the way Facebook is trying to integrate their devices, their meta devices, to coming out with things similar to what Google did with the Google glasses and the other Google peripherals that you see. Even Apple with their products going, from the computer, from the digital, and into a physical hardware space, into storefronts. I think that we'll see more integration of those things of Twitter, and possibly into more hardware ramifications, as well as devices, digital as well as physical applications for a lot of different things down the pipeline. I think that also could connect into Tesla as well.
And Tesla and Starlink too. I mean,
right.
That's the other.
That's why
part.
I see it going.
Okay. I wanted to go in here. Here's another. Right. Jay, some final thoughts.
All right. Well, I think it's necessary that we study and follow policy over presentation. And what I mean by that is, you may like the person and what they're presenting themselves in a favorable light, and as long as that they may say all the right things, but are they doing the right things also behind closed doors? And what's the end game? So I think with Elon Musk, there's a lot that he's said in the past that indicates that he has dystopian motives within the realm of transhumanism and the global agenda. And that's why I think of him a lot like I think of like Lex Luthor, right? I think that even though Lex Luthor in the comic books was getting good things done for Metropolis, his end game was destroying Superman. I think ultimately we all want to be able to have these aspects of freedom, but I don't think that Lex Luthor is necessarily a savior figure. He's going to be able to get some things done that are good, and that's great. And we could all use that to our benefit of being able to get the message out there. Then the message, of course, is going to be truth. As it says in the Bible, my people die for lack of knowledge. And we want to get that kind of information out to those around us. And we don't want to be stuck, in an echo chamber where it limits people from being able to express themselves. So I think on one end, it's going to be good. And on another end, different things going on behind closed doors are probably things that could be detrimental in some areas or functions. So it'll be the long term. Short term, positive. It's a good thing. Long term, we'll have to wait and see.
Agreed. Now, one thing that I also noticed as I've been watching this, one of the arguments that a lot of people on the left or whatever who, let's just say people who don't agree with the people who've been getting kicked off of Twitter, which tends to be either people on the right who might have some spicy ideas, or some of the anti-war left. A lot of those people are the people who've been getting kicked off of Twitter. And one of the arguments that these people who cheered the censorship on Twitter used to make, well, if you don't like it here, or if you don't like it here, go make your own Twitter. Okay. And so there have been people out there who've gone out and made other social media platforms. You got Parler, Getter, Clout Hub, Truth Social. Minds and Gab were already around, but Gab, those are some of those alternative media. And what I'm seeing is there are people, there's apparently a new social media platform called Trimble, I think it's called. And so a lot of people say, well, if now that Elon Musk take over, we're going to leave Twitter and we're going to go over to Trimble. And what I would like to tell those people, if you happen to see this for whatever reason, I don't know why you see this if you don't like me, but if you happen to see this and you go over to Trimble, and that's going to be what's called a left-wing echo chamber, because I am on some of these alternative sites. I'm on Gab, I'm on Minds, I'm on Parler, I'm on Getter, and Cloud Hub. I have a presence in all those places. But the one problem with those places that I see is they're boring. They're boring in the fact that everything on there is something I agree with. And so I find myself spending more time on Twitter because you don't learn from when everything's just cozy, when everything's easy, when everything's the exact same thing that you're saying. You can learn a lot more by what people you don't agree with are saying. And you cannot sharpen your saw if you don't know what you're trying to cut.
J Powell on the real one. J Powell on the real one.
Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Make sure that I'm coming in clear and good. Something happened with the camera focusing. It looks like it got all off to the side somehow. So we're in here. Good to see you, Sauce. Mic is good. The camera is coming in crazy. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know why it's so blurry. I'm certainly gonna have to fix that up. I'm gonna be back on later tonight, I believe, so we can go over the picks for the rest of whatever the NFL and the World Series. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the World Series breakdown really quick though. World Series wise, I'm going with the Phillies. I think that's all the numerics showed for me was the Phillies winning. I couldn't find anything Astros connected at all. So it's also the first World Series since 1950 not to have any African Americans in it. And there's been kind of this well, ever since the Yay stuff, there's been this kind of anti-slant in the media. So we're gonna see what becomes of this World Series games, but I think it could even go to be a sweep. As far as my numerics are going so far, I've got Phillies winning. If I find out anything different or figure out anything different, of course I'll be back with that. If there's anything else you guys have, any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and drop them into the chat. Let me know, and I appreciate you guys for coming through. I'm gonna be logging off for now, but probably be back in tonight. I also have that card, the card giveaway to go over as well. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank you so much.